going to give a countdown here when everything's ready to roll. Everything's taking slower than normal. All right, there we go. Well, oh, almost. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. I think we're ready. Yes. And 1. Let's roll.
We got a hell of a team in here, guys. Like, we really do. And the people on the outside, they don't understand what we have in this room.
The expectation always has been and always will be at South Carolina to compete for championships. I like the freshmen that we brought in. I like the transfers that we brought in. Winners.
This is a South Carolina program that was knocking on the door. It feels like if it clicks, it could click big.
We've got to continue to be aggressive. I am so driven to bring a championship to Columbia because of our fans.
When the best give their best, we are at our best.
Ooh-wee. That block C on the side is actually very nice, bro. Ooh, that's very nice.
What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? This is your host, FG, and I'm joined by my co-host, Q.
What it do, y'all? What it do?
And Q, finally, the wait is over. The questions haven't been answered. I mean, Justin King and crew always do what they do, and they're the best at their craft.
It's a fact.
As we finally see the new uniforms unveiled for the University of South Carolina's football program. So, and they teased that glossy black at the end. Looks like the matte black is gone now, Q. The glossy black is now. I mean, that is a Nike call card, my friend. I got to say, that is, I can't wait.
It's going to be good
I
to see,
cannot
man.
wait.
It's going to be good to see. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be good to see. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely 110% looking forward to it.
What a way to start the show out. Q, got a lot of things to talk about. SEC Media Days is obviously officially over as Shane Beamer took to the stage on a Tuesday afternoon. That has been since it is now done, and we will talk about how that went. Not crazy there, but we'll talk a little bit about it, right? Men's college baseball, the Gamecocks baseball team continues to do what they do and bring on players from the portal, bring on new players, new looks, guys for the commitment class, and man, what an off season for the Gamecock baseball team, and a lot of things going on. Q, a lot of things going on around the program. Obviously, Ashley Watkins, Chloe Kitts are back at it. The South Carolina women's basketball accounting team today, their social media team showed Ashley and Chloe back on the court with their knee braces on. So good to see them back at it. Asia Wilson continues to be the GOAT in WNBA basketball, continues to do what she does, and just a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff going on. Q, today I rode by Williams-Brice Stadium and saw the action myself, saw construction. Things are getting done, man. Things are getting done. Obviously, there are renderings. There are things that are going to happen in phases. A lot of people are thinking in their minds like, hey, this all is going to be ready by game time, and that's not the case. However, a lot of things are coming into fruition really, really quick, and that's really cool to see. So, Q, without a doubt, without a further ado, let's go ahead and take it into SEC Media Days. And look, man, what an SEC Media Days that it was, right? Not controversial. Make it easy. Lenore Sellers, right? Payne Williams, Nick Harbor did the thing, showed up like they needed to. Shane Beamer. A lot of people have doubts this year about the Gamecocks. And, I mean, look, I get it. We've talked about this, right? But Shane kept it 100. He didn't fight it.
So with Media Day, I know what you guys did as a media. How do I want to put this? How do I really want to word this? As the media, I don't like how you guys held punches. I don't like that. I wasn't a fan of that. I didn't like that. I felt like you didn't show Shane the respect he was due, as he's the second highest tenured person in the league outside of Kirby Smart. Out of his 5 seasons, 3 of them have resulted in him going to a bowl game. One of them resulted in a 5-7 season where the offensive line was just terrible. Like, you're just literally getting out of the Florida game away from being in a bowl game again. And then last year was just tough. So if you're going to sit there as the media and keep spurting out, this guy is on the hot seat. This guy is on the hot seat. But then you got him literally on the hot seat, but won't ask him any hot seat questions. Is he really on the hot seat? Or are we just talking because we want to have, what's the wording I want to use on this, FG? We want to have clickbait. I'll use clickbait as my wording today. The word of the day is clickbait.
Sure.
I don't agree with how you guys sat here and have crucified Shane over and over. I'm not going to give y'all names because I don't want y'all to feel like you have the upper hand and using our platform to get out there. But everyone had so much to say about Shane Beamer and so much to say about what Shane Beamer does. But yet, here we are today.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Yet here we're doing this again. And nobody wants to sit here and nobody wants to give it the true definition behind what's really going on. I want to be that person today. So I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy on that one. You guys refuse to ask about the offensive line. Shane Beamer stood at that podium and not one question about the offensive line. But you guys want to hold the offensive line against him and not give him a chance to explain to you how his offensive line is better. Not one question about how Lenore Sellers regressed last year. He had Lenore Sellers there. You didn't ask him about how Lenore Sellers regressed. You didn't ask him how he's progressed this offseason. None of that. He hired his 4th OC in his tenure. You didn't ask a question about Kendall Browse, what Kendall Browse brings, how does him and Lenore Sellers make sense. None of these things were asked. None of them. Nada. Zero. Zilch. Zippity doodah. But then you want to sit here on this egregious place and tell me that, Shane, so you're in your 6th year. How you feel? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all have tried to crucify my coach. So that tells me exactly what I know. Y'all know he ain't going nowhere. Y'all know without a shadow of a doubt, Shane ain't going nowhere. Y'all know he ain't going nowhere. You know he's going to win this year. And all y'all going to sit back and be like, well, I didn't ask him no bad questions. It wasn't me. Y'all did it last time when he won 9 games. You literally did it when he won 9 games. It wasn't me. I believed. I believe they should have been in the playoffs. Who am I, Kurt Harmstreet? Who am I to hold back on that? I think it's good. It's perfect. Bro, I'm not trying to hear that no more. It's not going down like that no more. I told y'all before, and I mean what I said, and I said what I mean. Shane Beamer did exactly what needed to happen this offseason, FG. He did exactly what needed to happen. Y'all just don't want to give him credit for it. He got the second best left tackle in the portal. Depending on what side, he got the best tackle. He got Poku, who nobody wants to talk about because Poku came from ECU. But Poku was honorable mention All-American. Yep. But nobody wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about how the best offensive lineman that was on that team is still there and is going to start at right tackle. No one wants to talk about none of that stuff, right, FG? No one wants to talk about how he revamped the running back room, which the running game was one of the issues that we talked about, right? No one talked about Stan Drayton, who produced Bijan Robinson, one of the best backs in the NFL right now. Product of Stan Drayton. But no, we want to talk about, well, Harbor's back. Well, how healthy is Dylan and Pete? No, y'all don't want to ask the real questions. Y'all didn't want to talk about where we were at as a team. None of that mattered, right? None of that stuff has to matter, right? That can't matter to you all. Can't matter to you. Doesn't matter to you.
Well, yeah, I always say it best. It's like we have members that, not just South Carolina, but media all across the board that their job is to cover the game, but do they truly know the game? Do they truly understand where the adjustments have been made per whichever university we're talking about, right? Do we truly know that, or are we just looking back at all the things that occurred last season and holding that against that team, right? Because if we're doing that, right, what happened for 23 to 24, right? How are we not going to say that's not going to happen for 25 to 26? Like, these things, they drive me absolutely up the wall when it comes to covering the University of South Carolina, talking just ball in general with other media folks, because they always go back to this is what happened last year, but we're not focusing on the nuances, the things that have come in the offseason, things that have changed. We don't look at that. And that just blows my mind as anybody that wants to cover the game, or even just if I didn't cover the game and I listened, I was a listener, right? An average listener, which sometimes I feel like I should be.
It's because it's South Carolina, bro. It's because it's South Carolina. Let's use it. Josh Dobson. The reason why everybody's up in arms about what the money Josh Dobson's getting is because who's paying it.
Sure.
Let's be real. Because the same thing would have happened if Jadeveon Clowney was in this predicament. It would have been the same situation right here.
Well, and my thing is, Q, the whole Josh Dobson thing. I mean, that not worried about that one bit. It's just these other fans and other media is focused, like they're so focused on that number, right? The $1 million number, right? The big number. How many zeros are in, after that comma? I get it from a certain way, but you need to understand South Carolina is not broke. South Carolina is
they know
not
it,
broke.
But FG, this is the thing. They know that, bro. We're not going to sit here and explain this to them no more. It ain't about that. I'm telling you, FG, what it is. Folks, put Shane on the hot seat because he's getting their players that they want. Shane been on the hot seat for 3 years, according to Ohio State, because Dylan should have been gone from there.
Oh, Lord.
Folks are mad because he's able to retain his players. Players want to come play for him. And he's got money. The issue being is we just ain't produced the wins. But then, watch this, FG. Let him win 9 games this year. Let him win 9 this year. Let him figure some things out and win 9 this year. It's going to be, well, he ain't going to do it again next year. It's always going to be something when it comes to him, because at the end of the day, it's not about him. It's about why is he doing it at South Carolina? Why is it South Carolina? Well, he should have left for Virginia Tech. He wasn't even offered the Virginia Tech job. He was never offered it.
Sure. Folks,
he was never offered it. Even in this offseason, he was not offered the Virginia Tech job. So therefore, we're going to keep doing this back and forth, this BS that we want to keep doing because nobody wants to put respect where it needs to be when it comes to Shane Beamer. So I'm going to go ahead and let this be known, and I want y'all to hear me. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Shane has figured it out. He has. I told you years ago, FG could pull up the clip and he'll tell you. I said there are going to be peaks and valleys with Shane. Shane's going to do a lot of great things, and he's going to do a lot of sucky things. And the fact of the matter is, what is he going to do when the sucky things happen? I said it before, and I'll say it again. When 5 and 7 came in year 3, what did I say, FG? I said he had to go through this to get to the other side. What happened after that? 9-win season. He went 4 and 8. This was the real bad season. That 5 and 7 was a fluke bad season because it really should have been 6 and 6. Guaranteed should have been 6 and 6 because of that Florida game. I promise you it should have been 6 and 6, bro. There's no way in the world you don't stop somebody on 4th and 12 or 4th and 18 2 times in a game in the fourth quarter. That never happens. I'm telling you, it's an anomaly, bro. Mm-hmm. Last year was a real letdown year. That was his first ever true live, he looked it in the face, letdown year. Yeah. And the crazy part about that, he still could have gone daggum 6 and 6, 7 and 5. He still had to play to do that. He just didn't have a daggum offense. So now Shane went in and he told y'all, y'all didn't know who he was really looking at. If you go back to the first episode we talked about the coaching hire, who was the third person I said, FG? I said, watch out for who? Kendall Briles. Y'all think I'm lying about this crap. You can go back and verify this. This is verifiable, bro. FG, no, I ain't lying about this. Why y'all think he telling y'all this? I'm telling y'all this. Briles was his first look. You know why Briles was his first look? Because he saw him in 2022 do what he did to us in Arkansas. Dude was cooking up Clayton, bro. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I'm telling you all right now, Briles knows what he's doing with a mobile quarterback. I bet y'all can't name 2 top receivers off of that daggum Arkansas team, and they were putting up 400 yards a game. I bet you can't name 2. Not 2. But y'all gonna tell me that you don't think he can produce with that? So therefore, once again, this is to the media. You know who you are because I promise you, after this season's over, I promise you getting added. I promise you I'm putting you on the timeline, bro. And I'm not going to hear that crybaby crap. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't doing nothing. Nah, bro. Y'all need to be – this is why media is so trash now. There's no accountability. There's no accountability, but I promise you there's going to be some accountability after this year. I promise you. You guys didn't want to ask the tough questions because y'all are scared. Y'all are scared. Y'all know what Shane's about to do. Y'all know what he's capable of. Y'all are scared. And I'm calling y'all out now. Just wait.
Y'all better hope that South Carolina doesn't have the season that I think that we're actually going to have this year, as Q, hinting at there. And I look, once again, if we're not acknowledging the reality of what's happening now, then what's the point of even covering anything?
Thank you. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking, bro. That's all I'm asking, bro. I'm all I said was show the respect that's due there, bro. Show the respect that's due there, bro. Y'all like y'all ain't seen what Lenore's get. You know what, bro? I ain't doing it. I'm done giving y'all that time, bro. Because I promise you, when this joint happens, I promise you, watch what they do, FG. They watch what they do, FG. They gon' sit there. Oh, well, I ain't think. It's always I ain't think, FG. It ain't never I knew. It's always I ain't think. It's always that, FG. I ain't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. It's not.
So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm telling y'all now, practice gonna start probably August 7th, and we gonna get to it. And y'all better pray. Y'all better pray. Y'all better be on y'all knees. Because when I tell you, when Shane's successful this year, I'm going for jokers. I'm putting people off the app. I promise y'all. God as my witness, I'm putting y'all off the app. I'm bullying folks. I'm bringing bullying back. Elon gonna have to block me the way I'm finna do some of y'all, bro. Because some of y'all done lost y'all ever loving mind, bro. Shane is him, bro. And y'all done lost y'all mind, bro. And Shane, I hope you hear this, Shane. I hope you hear this, bro. FG, we done. You clip it. I want Shane to see this, bro. I want Shane to know I'm not playing no more, bro. They playing on his name, and I know he can't say nothing about it, so I'm going to say something about it. Y'all playing on his head, and y'all think this a game, and I'm not playing no more, bro. I'm not playing no more.
I mean, which part of my clipping? That was a lot.
Man, all of it. All of it, because I'm tired of these folks, bro. They playing on my boy head, bro. They playing on Shane's head, bro. I'm not going for it no more, bro. Y'all better pray. I'm talking about y'all better pray. When that bye week comes, if I'm 6-0, y'all better pray. Y'all better pray. Y'all better pray Shane lose every daggone game after that one. Y'all better pray Shane lose every game after that daggone one. If Shane's 6-0 going into that bye week, meaning he done beat Florida, Kentucky, Alabama, Mississippi State, Townsend, and Kent State. If you tell me he done that, oh my God, and we healthy? Oh my God. Y'all better pray Shane don't do nothing on that back end, bro. I'm talking about y'all better pray. And if we make the college football playoff, I promise to God, there's not a day I'm not going to dedicate to some of y'all. Everybody's going to have their day. I'm literally going to go on a time and be like, today is X, Y, and Z's day. And it, depending on who you are, depending on how much you have talked ish, I might have to take off that day because I might come at you for 20 hours straight. You heard me? 20. Bro, I'm not letting up. I'm not, bro. It's not going to happen this year. I've let y'all pass too many times, bro. I've let y'all rock too many times. Y'all better pray. If I were y'all, and you know who you are and you know what you said, don't try and cop no please. Because I hit below the belt. So I'm done with the topic. I'm good. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not letting them do this no more, bro. Y'all had the chance to put Shane on the spot. Y'all chose against it. Y'all feared it. I'm not hearing it no more.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to go down as in history as one of Q's famous rants in that one for sure. Not quite beat the Spencer Rattler one, but that was a good one. It's definitely a good one.
Oh, Spencer one was real, and I'll say it again. Dude blocked me because of that. To this day, I'm still blocked because of that.
Pete,
I'm talking about you, Pete Thamel. I embarrassed you, and to this day, I'm still blocked. I won that one.
That was going to fall on deaf ears for old Pete Thamel. Speaking of which, by the way, man, ESPN has made some crazy layoffs, man. Some crazy layoffs that I just don't agree with. And first of all, they acquired the NFL Network this past year. And they have the audacity to – and I say this from personal relationship, being around Charles Davis at the Senior Bowl a handful of times, but fired a guy like Charles Davis, probably one of the best in the business, honestly, when it comes to the game itself, his analyst skill. I mean, he could diagnose the game better than a lot of people can that get paid a lot more money than he does to do that. And it's a damn shame to see them ESPN lay him off. And I get tired of ESPN's antics, man. ESPN is just not the ESPN that
the issue is with ESPN. ESPN wants to just dive in on one show or a couple shows and just keep it there instead of doing what they were known to do. And that's what content creators have done. They've destroyed the entity, which is what ESPN has. The only thing they're holding on to is college football. And if the SEC ever left the ESPN, they'd be screwed. They're cooked. They're cooked. Yeah. So there's reasons behind what's going on, but I ain't giving ESPN no platform. Screw them, bro. What they've done is ridiculous.
I know
They-
there is, man.
They've taken away some good shows. There were so many shows I used to love on ESPN that I was like, dude, I used to look forward to watching them. And now it's you better pay Pat McAfee 60. Never mind, bro. I'll move on. I'll be quiet. I'll move on.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
Insane.
crazy what Pat McAfee's about to get paid.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I like Pat McAfee. He's electric. But good
$60
God, that's
million
a lot of money.
though a
That's
year.
a lot of money. That's a lot of money. All right, taking it to baseball, man. We're gonna go take it to baseball. A lot of great things are happening for the Gamecocks. This past week, as this offseason has gone, and we're gonna start out for a couple things. Q. First of all, most recently, South Carolina landed Ethan Bass, which Q, you and I spoke about last time about Ethan Bass asking out of his national letter of intent from Wake Forest. He was obviously granted, and now he is a Gamecock. And look, man, top 100 draft prospect for 2026, one of the top shortstops out there. Big stuff, man. Landing him. Watch his game. It's solid. I'm excited.
And we
about
at
that
least have
man.
3 years with him.
At least, yes,
Mm-hmm.
at least, and he's gonna learn behind JD Stein. Sign
Exactly.
me up, bro. Sign me up right now.
Or JD goes to second, he goes to short. I mean, my God, so many things could happen here.
I'm
So
in,
many things.
Honestly, I'm in. Then you go over with the Slade Bird commits to the Gamecocks. That's another get that South Carolina got for 2026 outfielder. Previously committed to Stetson, but he played in the MLB Draft League this summer. He slashed 209, 382, and 326 with a 0.708 OPS with 3 doubles, 1 triple, 7 RBIs, and
It's
10
pretty
walks.
impressive.
He is from South Carolina, by the way.
It's actually pretty impressive,
Yeah, it's
honestly. That's actually pretty impressive to be in that environment, and for you to do that. That's actually very, very impressive. To be quite honest.
Absolutely. And Sin, obviously, he wanted us to bring up about David Cook, the 2027 pitching commit. He's currently the number 439th player in the country for perfect game. But Sin talks about his upside as big as it is. He said he's going to get offered by everybody, has weekend starting potential right out the gate. He's Sin's favorite player in the 27 class right now, our producer, Sin. So,
I mean, if Sin's telling you that, I'm not going to lie to you. The kid's got to have something. Sin don't put his stamp on nobody like that. Sin doesn't. And for Sin to put his stamp on it, that tells a lot. The kid's good. If you go look at his tape, turn the tape on. He won't be number 4. He won't be the 400s for long. He will not be in the 400s for long. I bet you within the next update or two, he'll be up there.
well,
He will
he's
for
already,
sure be up there.
I mean, he's already got a sitting fastball in between 90 and 94 miles per hour. And the change
He still has
up, I believe,
another
is
year.
79,
He still has
81.
another year.
Yeah.
He still has another year of high school to go. I'm telling you, the kid's gonna be good, and we just need to hope he makes it to campus.
Easier said than done.
That's all I'll say. That's all you can say is
Easier.
easier said than done.
Easier said than done. So I really like that get. A little Cape Cod batting race going on for South Carolina as the man himself, Andrew Costello, currently sits at the top in the Cape Cod batting average with 362, hitting 362 over his former Wake Forest teammate, Blake Schaff, who's sitting at a 337. So strong stuff from Andrew Costello. I cannot wait till Costello gets on campus.
You ain't lying. Andrew gonna be good, bro. The way we've flipped that catcher room is absolutely astounding. That was one of our weaknesses, and now it's literally gonna be one of our strengths.
Yeah. And so I guess the only signings that South Carolina truly lost from the MLB draft, Am Phillips, Will Whelan, and Miguel Hugas, and then Tyler Pitzer. That's it. Ethan Sutton is going to make it on campus, and Connor Schausch is going to make it on campus.
You can't ask for a better situation than what you have now. You genuinely can't ask for a better outcome of the MLB draft and of you getting kids to campus and getting your team together than what Kevin got this first year of his. Right, I'm telling y'all, this is a region-based team. I see them in a region postseason. We're finally going to get postseason baseball back in Columbia. Will they host? I don't know. I got to see how this all goes together. I still got questions about starting pitching, but I don't have questions about the pitching coach. And it's going to be refreshing to see a pitching coach that's actually going to be the one handling the pitching stuff, not seeing some old dude almost trip and fall his way out there to go get the ball from somebody to take him off the mound, even though he doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, so I'm just going to be glad to see a competent all around. I'm going to miss Monty. It's going to suck because I do love Monty. I think Monty's a great guy and is great for this, but I'm pretty happy where we're at. I'm pretty happy. I can't say that I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, South Carolina ended up pretty well with, like I said, with MLB draft.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it better, honestly. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for, really. So that that stuff gets started sooner or later, man.
Bingo.
It will. It gets started sooner or later. College baseball.
Fall ball will be starting soon, so I'm excited for that.
Just a few months away, man.
Yeah.
I guess 2 months, really, it starts to get the thing going.
Mm-hmm.
So really, really good stuff there. Q, South Carolina, obviously, SEC Media Day, Shane Beamer, Nick Harbor, Lenore Sellers, Peyton Williams, they all went to, had their bat with the media. But a lot of good things happened while being in Tampa. Obviously, Tampa is the one and only Steven Garcia's hometown. And Steven made sure that he was at SEC Media Days to support not only Shane Beamer, but the University of South Carolina. And I'm so glad that, for one, he went. Steven and I talked about that a couple months ago about him going to SEC Media Days, and he said he would. But to see him, there and with Coach, take the picture and all that, it was really, really cool. But it goes further than that. It goes even further than that. Nick Harbor sees Garcia, pulls him to the side. For the ones that haven't heard the story yet, I mean, it's absolutely tremendous. Nick Harbor pulls Steven Garcia to the side and asks, "Hey, can I pray for you, or can I pray with you?" And he does that. And I just, when you've been around Nick Harbor,
Bingo.
This isn't something that doesn't shock you, because this is just how Nick Harbor is. I mean, as Steven said, he's the salt of the earth. I mean, an A1, fantastic human being, and to see that report, actually, I think Alyssa Lang actually put that out there first as she saw that go down live. I mean, just tremendous, man. And I say, if I was there, dude, I don't know, man, but hold myself together, man. Like, that's awesome of Nick.
I mean this with my whole heart. This is why I don't let y'all talk crazy about Nick Harbor. It's situations like this where you can't tell me Nick Harbor is not an A1 person, not a top draft pick, when you're thinking of top draft picks, you know what else the NFL is thinking of too now? FG knows I'm not lying about this. I've talked to plenty of people that go around. They also want character. And that's something that you can't teach. That character that Nick has, you can't teach that. No. You can't teach that. And that's why I say Gamecock community is one of a kind. Nick Harbor was in elementary school when Garcia played, when we were watching him play. Nick was in elementary school. And Nick recognized who he was and went over and prayed with him, with a guy who was on the same field he's played on, has done things he's done. This year is going to be special. It's something about this year. It's going to be a special year. It's something about there's something in the atmosphere this year that's going to make it special. And that was a good way to start it off. I'm thankful Garcia's health is getting better. I'm very grateful for that. Garcia means a lot, especially if you were there when he was there, and the times, I've been around him, both as student and then as outside of that. Like, he's genuinely a good guy. Garcia is genuinely a good person. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited to chill with him and watch him enjoy Gamecock football again, healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to share this too. Nick Harbor has had one, heck of an offseason, obviously, between training development. But also, this took place at the ops building.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Nick was baptized.
Yep.
Nick was baptized in the facility itself. And I mean, to me personally, I mean that's huge.
I'm
and
telling
Q
y'all.
as well. So, you know,
I'm telling y'all something special about this year. Y'all think I'm lying. I can't make this up. Something special about this year.
yeah. Now, the health update from Steven himself, I do want you guys to hear that. The legend, Rick Henry in Columbia, South Carolina, had an interview with Steven while they were in Tampa. And I want you to hear this update from Steven himself on his health, and it's a good one.
Update on how you're doing right now.
Doing well. Thank God. I just got my 6th round of chemo. I did it last week. Got a call from the surgeon on Friday. He said 2 lesions on the liver. One of them, you can't even see it anymore. The other one has shrunk by more than 50% and is calloused on the outside. So we're going to proceed and do radiation next week for a week long, and then wait 6 weeks, and then get the surgery and get it out. So everything's better than expected, and I'm super excited about it. I'm ready for this ride to be over.
I mean, just fantastic stuff there, man. You can't ask for better. I mean, and Steven, the thing about it, he's just been so, he's been so open about this whole thing. I mean, when he was diagnosed, I was part of the interview with the media when, he had it. He talked to everybody. He spoke about when he found out and the symptoms and everything, and what he was going to do moving forward. And he's done just that. He's helped other people go through this process. He actually said, he told me that, somebody actually got themselves checked, had a colonoscopy, and they did find something. And because of that, I mean, potentially Steven might have saved a life just by that alone. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's bigger than sports. So I want to again shout out to Steven Garcia as he's continuing to battle this thing, and shout out to Nick Harbor for being, like I said, who he is, and everybody else that has been there for him. I mean, Nick and all the other former players, current players. I mean, you guys are also out there. Steven did start officially his new website, quarterbackyourhealth.org. That is now live, where you guys can go to it. And that also brings up another thing, the event at the Hilton Garden Inn on August 21st from, I believe it's 6 to 9:30. If you're in Tampa, in Florida area, obviously make the trip if you can. It's going to be a great event out there for Steven, out there to raise awareness. There's going to be donations, as far as there's sponsorship opportunities. If you want to sponsor it, you definitely can. But this is just, like I said, another thing for Steven and what he's done. Coach Spurrier is going to be there. John Gruden's going to be there. They're going to have a lot of great speakers out there. And so if you want to, like I said, you want to go support him, I highly recommend, if you have that time, August 21st, like I said, that is the date. Get out there, support him. Steven has been doing everything that he can with this battle. And like I said, we've been there, help any way we can.
And we're going to keep being right there.
Absolutely.
My boy said we're going to get a drink once he's done, and I mean it. We're going to get one.
Absolutely.
We're going to get one.
Absolutely. If you got to get a ticket, you want to go, tickets start at $250, but there are sponsorship opportunities to get tables and all that good stuff for the companies around Columbia and around South Carolina that want to support Steven. There's your go. So go to, like I said, quarterbackyourhealth.org, where you can get tickets to support this amazing event. And you can also donate there too, man. Steven's still got his GoFundMe. We're still doing the shirts. Hundreds of shirts have been sold. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with the orders, get them out there, but the Stevens enjoyed that too, man, and it's always cool to see that. So
yep,
just Gamecock community is strong, man. The Gamecock community is strong.
We'll keep doing it too. Gonna keep grinding.
We will. Well, Q, we're gonna end this thing up real quick. The Gamecocks, the women's basketball team, like I said, they're back at it. Ashley Watkins, Chloe Kitts are officially back working, getting the work in, and it's good to see, man. It's good to see those girls getting back at it.
I agree. I think it's gonna be a good season, special season for them too. I think it's gonna be a good season. The mindset Don has, some of the interviews I've seen, I think Don's really laser focused in. I think the next championship going to come to Columbia again. I think she's going to be holding up another banner.
It's hard to argue that, man. It's hard to argue that. So, well, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning into the Welcome Home podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning live, as always, on YouTube, Facebook, X, where you can always catch the show live. We appreciate y'all listening to the Welcome Home podcast on Apple and Spotify. We'd love for you to review the show, catch the show, download the show, whatever you can do to help us continue to grow. That's the way to do it, man.
Got to do it. Download. Keep going in. Every episode we've ever had, you can go back and download all of them. And I do nothing but help us. Continue to download, leave reviews, help us out. This is big for us. This is big.
It is. And shout out to everybody across the country, across the world that are actually downloading. We see the numbers, shout out to our soldiers out there that are fighting. I see the numbers. I see where you guys are stationed. We do appreciate what you guys are doing, and can't pray for you to get home safely. But
Facts.
Guys, we will see you next time.
Peace.